Hey guys, Gameboy3800 here once again, back with Project Ember. You can't tell, but I put a low noise adapter inside, and now it's nice and quiet. And I have some benchmarking tools, so we have Heaven and Valley. We're going to do the Ultra preset, or Extreme preset as it's done here. And I need to change the resolution to 1920 by 1200, if it'll let me. It will. Awesome. And now we're going to run this. And this is with the top on, since it doesn't seem to matter with the temperatures too much. It just seems to make the entire rest of the case hotter. But whatever. So I know this can be boring, so I will skip to the end. Look at the temperature. Is it doing that only because it's an AMD card? 59,878 degrees Celsius. That's not hot at all. That's funny. Okay, now to the end. Alright, so I thought since the only other computer I could compare it, the Theory X2 or Project Ember with would be Project Bolide. I have the benchmark running on this as well. I only have it running on one 980 Ti right now. The second one is not being used for this benchmark. And this time it actually shows the correct temperatures. It's not 59,000 degrees Celsius. So yep, at the end of the video, it'll have like scores comparing both. Or maybe not the end, but you know, later, whatever. Back over to Envy or Ember, whatever it's called. Alright, Ember is done. It has a score of 1526. And that's pretty good, I think. Average score of 60 frames. Exactly what we're looking for. So I'm going to close this. And we're going to get Valley up and running next. Same settings. $1920 by 1200. Anti-aliasing 8X. Quality Ultra. And no 3D, one monitor. DirectX 11 Ultra. So we're going to let this do the exact same thing. Once again with the top panel still on the entire time. We get a black screen. Oh, there we go. We still got a stupidly high score. Not as high. Still very high at 58,306. Now we're going to benchmark and see what the scores for this one are. Alright, so Valley, we have a score of 2938 and an FPS score of 70.2. Really good, really good. All really good. All getting above or at 60, which is what we're aiming for. Alright, let's go take a look at Project Bolide and see how that's doing. Alright, we're here at the Bolide, and it actually has its 980 Ti running really warm. But it doesn't really matter because this has a score of 2016 and an FPS of 80. That is a whopping 20 FPS more and almost 500 points more in the score. Now I think there is a really good reason for this. It is because of the insane stock overclock. The stock overclock goes up to 1418 megahertz, which is huge for this kind of a card. I could push it up even higher to 1550, but I don't want to add any insult to injury. Not yet anyways. So now we're going to do Valley on this one. And see how we do. I'm going to Extreme and Extreme HD. What's the difference? I don't understand. Let's just do custom. I had to do 1200p to keep it fair, just as I did before. And out of focus. Okay, we're gonna let this one run. Oh, I didn't mean to do it full screen. I guess it doesn't matter. It's all fine. Now let's get out of full screen because it looks weird in 1200p being squished to 1920 by 1080 kind of standards. So not full screen. Get out of here. Now we run it. Alright. Benchmarking. And you see we're only using the top 980 Ti. The bottom one is completely inactive. SLI is completely off. There's no unfair advantage to this one other than having more memory and a better CPU that's overclocked higher. And factory overclocked 980 Ti. So whatever, it doesn't matter. I suppose if I overclocked the Theory X as high as I could, and the 6700K as high as I could, then we'd see a more similar score set. But as of right now, this is a long benchmark, so I will get to you when it's all done and we will compare the scores. Alright, we're done. Top card is running hot as it was before. And the scores this time were an FPS score of 80, and there's a main score of 3367. So it's about 400 points higher and 10 FPS higher. Now, I may redo this test, or redo testing altogether once I put Windows 10 on it. Because Windows 10 has DirectX 12, and AMD GPUs thrive in DirectX 12. So that's probably what I'll end up doing to let it be more of a fair fight. I'll get some DirectX 12 benchmarks and see how they roll. Right, I'm going to go and enable SLI once again, so I can have that as a cool thing. And now we wait for the screen to go crazy. Is this SLI thing normal? I guess it doesn't really matter because it seems to have worked. Now if I go into Valley, what kind of scores will I get in Valley now? Let's do it for lulz. I'll meet you at the end and end the video. Alright, so I actually couldn't do the benchmarks very well because Unigine just doesn't like SLI for some very, very odd reason. And it would give it butter smooth frame rates at always around 60 to 55 frames, but nothing more. So there's no reason to test SLI. So that's going to be the end of this video here. If you guys enjoyed Project Ember Alive, please go ahead and leave a like, favorite, comment, share, and of course subscribe. Thanks, Game Boy out. I will see you in the next video.